Do you know how Reddit works?
No.
He doesn't know how Reddit works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this one has 1.1 thousand upvotes. Subreddit founder Bobby Lee gives his real thoughts about Bappa. Let's play the clip.
Out of all the people we've had on the podcast, who do you think would be the one that we were gossiping about that it could be a serial killer?
Oh shit! Run some names.
Let's go through some
He's
top
kind of that, right?
I'm going to throw out a name.
Okay.
A little controversial. He's been on our podcast. Schaub.
No, zero.
No, doesn't have
Zero.
02.
Yeah, because he's
You'd see him coming.
yeah, I think I'd
Yeah.
I think he would leave a lot of tracks.
And he also doesn't know how Reddit works. I'm being serious. You have to know how to do computer stuff.
Keep that in. You're right. He doesn't know how Reddit
Is that
works.
crazy what I just said?
No. You're right. He doesn't know how Reddit works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is this our last episode?
God, we're bringing it back. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Let's move on real quick.
Let's move on really quick.
So let me explain to you for those that don't know what he's referencing. And by the way, nowadays it's harder to get away with being a serial killer, but I'm pretty sure there's still a chance where you can get around. If, let's say, hypothetically, if he were to kill somebody, that story or somebody leaking it will be right on the subreddit. Anything he does, it's there on the subreddit. So it's kind of funny, like, if he would hypothetically, let's just say he killed somebody, started becoming a serial killer, they will know it was him. He'll probably leave like Tiger Thick whiskey behind. He'll leave his nicotine pouches. He'll leave like his the imprints of his kicks, you know. Let me explain to you why he said, because he doesn't know how to use the subreddit. And this was from a while back when Brendan Schaub accused Bobby Lee of being the mastermind behind the subreddit. Bobby confronted him. He exposed Brendan for being a bully, threatening him, trying to use Joe Rogan as basically like as a threat. And so then Tigerbelly, they invite Brendan Schaub to explain why he said that. And so he goes on. Brendan accuses of being the mastermind.
You said that that you guys, my career was going to be over. That you guys have evidence. You know what I mean? That I'm some Reddit mastermind. That there's.
So then Kalila hits Brendan with do you even know how Reddit works? And he's like, not really, because he was saying all this stuff like he had evidence and proof. And Kalila was like, well, where is it? I want to see that evidence, that proof. You're just, you don't know nothing. You don't know what you're saying.
When I notified you guys of the harassment and going back to Tiger, this is what's interesting. Explain this however you want. When I notified you guys of the harassment and going back to Tigerbelly, that account stopped posting, took the Tigerbelly email off and changed it. It's never posted again.
Do you know how Reddit works?
No.
So you seem to have very clear convictions about this alleged occurrence from my company, all the while not really knowing how Reddit posting works, Brendan. So that's a little bit.
Well, this team note, I promise you, this team knows.
Okay,
Well, we've been asking you to speak with this team, and
I mean, even till this day, like, we still haven't seen any of the evidence, quote unquote, that Brendan supposedly had on Bobby. And I think Kalila mentioned it was just a bunch of HTML like codes.
What we saw was a very zoomed in photo of HTML codes, numbers, no context on a paper. And when you encircle something on your phone with red, it just said the company's email. And then he showed me another page, all HTML code, no context, completely zoomed in. And it said Robert Lee, which is not even Bobby's government name. We were supposed to update the audience on Tigerbelly, but we forgot. But those are two things that I saw, and I was like, Brendan, this is a joke. This is a Mickey Mouse. Like, someone could have just sent you this. My mom could have just photoshopped this.
Brendan said he had a team to investigate it. I mean, a lot of people kind of suspect that he was fooled, he was scammed. BGL said that he was kind of getting played. He was getting scammed, and he hired these people to find the evidence, and we still haven't seen it. We haven't heard about it for a long time. He hasn't brought it up ever since.
Let's just say, in a theoretical world, I don't know, maybe if you were looking to get a subreddit taken down, maybe you might hire some unsavory people. Maybe those unsavory people, in this theoretical scenario, are scamming you. Maybe they're real, but maybe they're scamming you. Maybe they're passing on information to you as a rube who doesn't know anything about computers, claiming that they're making progress in taking a website down that you, in this theoretical
So
scenario.
you never saw 300 pages of documents. You never saw him carrying a big book of
I never
300.
saw it, and he never saw it, but was passing it on as if he had, because
Wow.
now, do I believe he was told something to that effect? Yes. Do I think that Brendan's easy to take advantage of because of his naivete and unwillingness to sort of look into and confront the factual reality of certain scenarios? Yes.
Doesn't
0.
0-2.
Yeah, because he's
You'd see him coming.
yeah, I think I'd
Yeah.
I think he would leave a lot of tracks.
And he also doesn't know how Reddit works. I'm being serious. You have to know how to do computer stuff.